Tashkent. We love you, Tashkent. Bye-bye.
Hello, it's really nice to see you in Tashkent for the second time.
Yeah, hello, hi. We are very glad to be here too.
And we will start our questions. First question, this is your second time visiting Uzbekistan. What made you want to come back and what has changed since your last visit?
Well, I came here like to my best relatives in the countryside. I have that kind of feeling with big garden, with a lot of people, with nice food.
There's always been mystery around your sound. What's the one secret you'll never tell but always hide into your music?
That's a difficult question. I mean, you know, it's the music of Enigma has this mystic touch.
Yeah.
And I think it's still inside the music also. When you listen to the new releases, it's kind of mystical music, and this is what makes it so special.
If you could speak to your younger self right before releasing Sadness Part 1, what would you say?
I mean, this is a good question to me because, you know, in this time I was in Ibiza, the place where Michael Cretu, the great founder of Enigma, and he lived there, and I produced an album. He produced me with my first album, and it was, you know, I heard that song on the radio, and it was a secret, you know, and nobody knew that Michael Cretu was behind that song, and Frank Peterson, and so I was there, but slowly it came up that they were behind that song, and it was a mystical feeling for me, you know, that the guys created a hit were directly around me.
Fourth question, many people don't even know what you look like. Is that part of the concept or happy accident?
I think it's a concept for sure. And today with this show, we try make more visualizing this project, because it's a project that we are hearing. Now we try to show it, yes, for the eyes. A pleasure for the eyes now we do it.
Who do you write music for? Yourself, the audience, or something greater?
Yeah, I'm really writing music for the audience. This is the reason why I love to be on stage, to share this emotion with the people. And yeah, I'm a songwriter, and like, by the way, also Fox Lima is a great songwriter. We did a song together and released it. And yeah, I think we can say, or maybe you want to say something to it, but we write songs also because we love it.
Yes, for me it's like, I think the greater thing. And when I feel it, then I write down and then I show for the audience.
What surprised you the most about Uzbekistan audience during your last performance?
The audience was very good. First I had the impression maybe the people are maybe a little bit more introverted, but after a while I was really happy that the people were so open for everything. We had a great party together, and I hope that we have another great party tonight.
And what is you expecting today?
Yeah, this is what I said. I mean, you know, I'm expecting that we have this great party together with the people tonight again.
Awesome.
Yeah, I know that people are very laid back, so we try slowly warm up and to see the true emotions here.
Uzbekistan is known for rich cuisine. We know from your last interview that you have tried something in Uzbekistan, some kind of plov or samsa. And would you travel back to Uzbekistan for its food and for its travel and other destinations?
Well, when I miss Uzbekistan, then I go to Riga to Uzbekistan restaurants. Yeah. So when I miss Uzbekistan, so we have also nice cuisine in my hometown in Riga.
Yeah, I was on the market today because I had some free time, you know, and walked along the main streets, and I saw a lot of interesting things. But I didn't buy everything, so I only had a little lunch. But I'm very interested in the culinary things that are here. But maybe the next time we have a little bit more time to make more experience and to try more of those things.